Back again. Casey's back. Welcome back to the Girl What Podcast. It's been a hot minute for me, but a really hot minute for Kacie Kaiser, and she's back, so everybody give her a round of applause.
I feel like I'm home.
Welcome. Don't you like this cozy setup?
I do. You did so good.
Thank
I
you.
like this chair a lot, too. It's way better than, where did we sit?
In all sorts of places.
Yeah.
In the closet, on your couch,
Yeah.
in your bed, on your at your table.
Yeah, the kitchen table was mostly, this is a lot better than the kitchen table.
So these chairs came with that dining room set I just showed you, but we don't have room for the leaf and the extra chairs, and so I saw them and I was like, podcast chairs.
Podcast chairs.
And sweet Noah is so generous to share his room with me, whether he likes it or not.
I like it because in the frame, you can't even tell this is a young man's bedroom, but from my view, there's basketball crap everywhere.
I take down his poster of himself anytime I record, and I replace it with something else.
I love it.
So sweet Noah.
I love it. You need to get like a banner that says "Girl What," kind of like that.
But just replace it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it for Christmas.
I really wanted to get the neon lights, like I have the Ramses.
Oh,
it's actually in my cart.
You get it on Amazon?
Yeah, it's like $50 on Amazon.
I feel like I've seen that. Because I almost got I was looking at one that said like Miss Cheney.
You need one that says the Cheneys. It's the best wedding background, like photo area thing ever. Because that's new. Casey's engaged, everybody. Miss Cheney. It's so exciting.
It is.
Do you have a countdown?
No. It's so different this time around. Like it just really is. Like, I don't know. We found the venue with that sweet lady because we're doing that. It's called a micro mini wedding, which I know, or maybe just a micro wedding.
Micro mini.
I'm thinking of like a dog breed. You know what I'm talking about? Like the dog. This is a micro mini chihuahua.
This wedding will fit in your bucket.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's a smaller wedding. Only it's very exclusive.
It's a very exclusive.
It's very exclusive.
It'll fit in my bucket.
But it is very nice because the lady is just like, we just have a few meetings with her that we have to go to over the summer, and she's doing everything.
Everything.
It's so nice.
Everything. Like food, flowers, everything.
Yeah. Like she's got like a decor barn, which shout out to the Wildflower and Emery if you need to get married and you don't want to.
If you need to get married. If this is a pressing need, if you want to get married and your parents aren't paying for it. If you're an adult.
But Logan and I were joking about that the other day. And of course my family is like super pumped. Like, you know, obviously they want to help out or whatever, but we were joking about it. He goes, I was like, oh, let's do this, and this. He goes, you just need to remember that mom and dad aren't paying for this. Logan's paying for this. And I was like, I love you. Okay, daddy, bye. Anyway, no, but it is really nice because I think the first time around, I was just, you don't know what to do.
I was a baby when I planned my first wedding. Everything was pink, like everything was hot pink.
Mine was pastel pink.
That's true. The first weddings are pink. What is that?
I don't know. Mine's basically just white.
Just white.
I mean,
not just white.
I mean, it's like white and like some greenery and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
It's classic.
Yeah.
This is your adult wedding.
You said that before. Mm-hmm. This is, even my dress is like
adult.
Not like lace, like love story Taylor Swift. This is like
Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're gonna compare it to Taylor Swift, this is Endgame.
I think I played Endgame at my first wedding.
Oh man, we can't play it at this one.
No.
Just kidding. There's gonna be some songs that overlap. Speaking of songs, it's kind of a not great segue. What I was reading though about summer,
dude,
on Reddit earlier, and a lot of the threads that I found were like, "What is your summer song?" So I
get all my music from you. So what is our summer songs?
So my two summer songs, if you ask my kids, are I Had Some Help.
Oh yeah,
Post Malone and Morgie, and a bar song by Shabuzi.
Okay, those are my two. Oh, I listened to that Psycho song by Hardy.
Oh, I love that song. One.
Is it supposed to sound like that ABCD song? If you play it again,
ABCD song.
ABCD. You know, if you listen to it, it's got the same rhythm. I kid you not, Alyssa.
I thought you would really like the subtle nod to the crazy music. Do you hear it in the background where it goes ring, 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 and it's like slasher music?
Oh no!
So
I got caught up on the love you.
So I haven't noticed that, but now I will. Thank you.
I'm gonna play it for you when we're done. You'll be like, oh my gosh.
Okay, and I'm gonna show you the part because in the background, it every once in a while go. It's like a piano, but it goes ring, 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 and it sounds like crazy.
I love it,
but it's a little bit more like grown up crazy.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. His new album comes out soon.
Okay, so we have a Hardy album dropping soon, and is it Morgan?
They've been teasing it. I mean, he's teased like 6 songs. Have you heard the other 2 new songs he's teased?
And you know what? It almost. I love him.
Rumors and all over town.
I love him so much, but he's almost being rude.
He's the king of teasing. He is. Because and somebody even commented on one of Hardy's new songs, and he was like, "Thank you for just dropping a song." They're like, "Your pal Morgan, he just likes to,
you know what?
Forever.
Don't mess with my emotions because sometimes I'm in a fragile state, and then you want to do some stupid stuff like that." Yes. Especially like when I'm in a mood, and then you write a song that goes with the mood, and then I have to listen to that 30 seconds over and over again on TikTok like an idiot.
He's got 2 songs that he's teasing right now that I cannot wait for. Yes.
You know,
these days.
And I'm like,
and then the new one about always have, always will, about the first kiss. Have you heard that one?
No. I don't even want to. I don't even want to.
I was about to play it for you.
I don't even want to. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, those are my summer songs.
What about your summer books?
Okay, wow. I've only read 2, and we've 5 days into summer.
But you read faster than me, which bravo. I'm getting there. You have really inspired me.
I had to take a day to recover because I tried to get into another new book. So I read None of This Is True.
I like how you read a book and then you have to have a day of a palate cleanser.
When I read a really good book, I need a palate cleanser.
Oh, because it's almost like you're breaking up with somebody. Yeah. It feels like a breakup.
Yeah. It's like ending a show. Almost more personal than a show, though. A book, I feel like, is just so...
I agree.
Intimate. I don't know. It's just... It's different. And so I read None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. And it was one of probably my favorite books I've read in a long time. And then I tried to get into another one of her books the next day, and I just haven't been able to get past the first couple chapters because...
What's it called?
The one that I read? None of This Is True.
No, the one you're reading now?
Oh, Invisible Girl.
Is it? And you're thinking it's going to be a goodie?
I think it's going to be good. I just, I haven't been able to get into it because...
Oh, yeah.
I got to give myself a day or 2.
I read that... You read this already. The girl that was taken... I pulled it up because I wanted to know the author.
It's like Charlie Donahue or something.
Donlia?
Donlia, oh.
Yeah.
That was a good book.
That was good. And the one I'm reading right now by Greg Olson, If You Tell, I know we talked about it today, dude, but my mind is messed up. I'm messed up.
We're always messed up. I said we, not you.
I am dark and twisty.
We're yeah. What do they say in Grey's Anatomy? The Twisted Sisters or something? I guess
so. So yeah. It is. It really is because... I was reading it and I had to take a break. I was like, whew. I already have mommy issues, bro. Like,
we're diving head on into
Hey, man, this is coming at me hard.
I know. I've got a whole list of things to read this summer. Let me see if I can find it.
There's this might sound stupid. Well, it's not stupid.
This might be stupid, but it's not.
Okay, well, because I didn't want to offend anybody. But if you know me... I don't read a lot of fantasy or anything like that.
You have recently gotten more into books, and I'm proud of you. You've been reading books.
But I had to find my genre.
Mm-hmm. I've drifted into that genre, too.
And my genre is the nonfiction, true crime, and then, the fiction,
Suspense.
Yeah, like Frida McFadden. I want to meet her.
I love Frida McFadden. I just read her. One by One too. That one was good. Okay, B.A. Paris. That was the book
B.A. Paris.
Behind Closed Doors that I let you read, where he wanted to torture her Down syndrome sister.
Oh my gosh, that guy, that main character, legit made me want to manifest him into a real life person
to kick him in the face
and kick him in the nutsack because
he was straight evil.
Okay, so that's what I'm telling you, dude. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't understand it because reading this book, the If You Tell book, because it's a true freaking story, Alyssa.
That makes it harder to read because
I know. That's why I had to take a break today, and I'm just like, dude. I don't believe God, creates us and we're born evil, but, this particular book makes me be like...
Maybe we are.
What? Something happened to you. somebody dropped you as soon as you came out
and knocked some evil into you.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know because it was like, what? Now I will say this person, this Shelly. I can't even say her last name. It's real foreign or something. But her mom did some like sketchy stuff.
Generational trauma.
And that's what it is. Yeah. That's really what it is. Yeah.
I don't know. At what point? It's an interesting topic for me. I always like to talk about that. Like, at what point do you say this is because I had a messed up childhood, and then at what point do you say, well, I'm an adult now, I have to make my own decisions?
So, we were actually sitting in church, or I was in a community group one time, and we were talking about generational curses, and like, I guess it was put in our pastor's heart to talk about it or something. And she's like, if you feel like you need prayer to break a generational curse, like stand up. And several people did, and we prayed over them and stuff like that. But I think it's more common than you think, just like stuff that follows you into the family. But that right there just shows, like, if you can identify it, you have to make the choice to cut it out.
Right. You can't just blame everything in your life on that forever.
Yeah. Because when I look at Ada, I'm like, there's no way.
No.
There's no way
it ends with us.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good one too.
Except for it wasn't like a husband. But but again, you look at your life and you're like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've already lived it. I can't keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, and that's what going back to like psychology, like they say, your adult life is all of your relationships are just a recreation and a response to the trauma that you experienced as a child and your relationship with your parents. Like everybody, all of your relationships are, and so then you're like, oh, parenting, no pressure.
Dude.
Literally just going to be recreating these relationships later.
Dude, I know. And that's why sometimes I try to look at Ada all the time, like meet her eyes and be like, I just love you so much. Like you were literally the best.
Yep.
Like, I want her, because
no matter what else happens, I love you so
like,
much.
Dude, you were a little girl. I mean, like, man, you're just so pretty. You're just so artistic. You're just, and like, just.
Sometimes I stink.
Oh, my God. She's such a goofball. I don't know how she got into that stuff, but like.
Oh, she makes me laugh.
Anyway, I don't know how that took a left turn. But
Now
anyway, summer of dark and twisties, bro. But and I was telling someone the other day, my dad was like, Kacie, how do you listen to these podcasts and read these books? I was like, I think it's because my job requires me to be so bubbly and on it, and I've got Taylor Swift and flowers and smiley faces in my room, and I'm just happy peppy all the time, and I really am a happy peppy person, but it's like sometimes we just put that little piece on the shelf and we explore something else. I don't know, like I'm just so happy peppy all the time.
Interesting to me, I think, is true crime is very like the psychological aspect of like dissecting what happened and why they did what they did is very interesting to me.
I would love to get a hold of some brain scans of like some crazy people and just sit across from someone and they explain it.
Yes, I could listen to like psychologists talk about true crime and why all day long.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that makes me crazy.
It isn't, but it's interesting. Like, it's not necessarily like you're fascinated with what they did, but it's like, again, like talking about generational curses and like your upbringing. Like, I'm just so curious how your environment affects your brain.
Right. Yeah.
Really and truly. Because even in the classroom, like, you're cultivating like an environment and you watch them thrive based on the culture you've created.
Correct.
So, I mean, it all goes together.
We sound real smart right now.
We are real smart. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Anyway.
So friggin' smart. Now tell me about summer drama.
So really, this episode is not about childhood trauma and psychology.
But we'll get there.
But we'll throw it in there every chance we get.
I just realized my shirt's inside out. Anyway, keep going.
Is it?
Yeah, look at it.
Can't tell.
There's the seams.
I thought it was just supposed to be like that.
No.
What does the other side look like?
Because when I flip it, there's no seam.
Okay, but it looks like it's supposed to be like that.
Okay, thank you.
So today we were laying on the beach of Splash Kingdom on the what would you even call that at the water park? The blue embankment.
The wave pool? The blue embankment.
And I was like, it feels like summer. Like,
Did you just close your eyes and smell? Like it just, like I just closed my eyes and went, and I just smelled chlorine and sunscreen, and I listened to kids laughing, and I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like, this is it. This is happy.
This is euphoric.
And I wonder if normal people, aka non-educators, feel the same way about summer as we do. Because,
that's a good question.
Because summer for us is like euphoric. Like it is we pour so much like energy and emotion into other people's kids for 10 months of the year. And then we get 2 months where we just kind of disassociate, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, really. And so summer to me represents like euphoria. Like it is just, it's happy, it's relaxed. I get to just be with my kids and just be in the sunshine.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing.
It's
right?
like, it is. It's like because I remember my dad, he was talking about like his work schedule, and when he's retired now, he's like, yeah, I built up enough vacation time. Like, you know, I had like 6 weeks saved up at one point, and he was like, you know, I really didn't take it. And I'm like, I wonder, you know, because I look forward to my time off.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you only took like a week or so off out of the year, you know? I'm like,
and that seems pretty normal. Like a lot of people only get a week or two a year.
And I'm like, Dad, were you not burnt out or anything? And he's like, yeah, sometimes, you know, or whatever. And I'm just like, when I get to May, like I almost feel like a completely different person, because I'm about to, like, I'm emotional because these little babies that I've like bonded with are leaving me. I'm worried, like, did I do enough for them to send them to third grade? You know, like, you know, do I have enough documentation and evidence to like prove certain things and like provide for their third grade teachers?
We're like the little engine who could by May. Like, I think I can. I think I can. You know, and so
I gained so much weight in May.
You're not getting teacher appreciation, just emotional eating to survive.
And somebody around here, I wish I knew their business, so I give them a shout out, but they make those little cookies, those long ones in those little tins.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. And I got like so many of them. Yeah. I was like, oh god.
I know. I would shout out whoever makes them.
I don't know their name.
You always get them. Sydney gives them to you.
Yeah.
I always know that. Yeah. She knows where the good stuff is.
I gotta ask her. They're so good.
So when I was searching up summer and I wanted to just find stories that had anything to do with summer, just because I'm in my
summer era.
I'm in my first week of summer era. But one of the things that came up was in a teacher's thread, and the title is "Must be nice to get summers off," quote. And the response is, "Must be nice being paid over the summer." So this says,
"Hello." I'm already offended.
That I don't think anything triggers me more than "must be nice to have summers off."
I'm already offended. Continue.
But it says, "Hello world, teachers don't get paid over the summer." And I don't know where, because, and if you don't know this, if you are not educated in the world, they take our salary that would be how much we get paid over the year, and they just divide it out over the summer. Some places choose to make more during the year and not get paid in the summer, which is what she's referring to. Anyway, we don't get paid for our time off. They just spread out our checks so that we can survive in the summer.
You really want to know how much I make a year?
Right.
I'll privately DM you.
Let's just break down the per kid per hour rate if you think we're babysitters, because it's like $1 or something.
Don't even get me started saying Texas. Don't even get me started.
So this just says, that was the whole thing. She was like, I'm really tired of hearing, "Must be nice to get summers off." And she's like, "Must be nice to be paid over the summer." This person says, "I'm a big believer in saying, yep, we have openings. You're welcome to apply."
Oh, yes. Snaps.
And then you always get the response, "I could never do that." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so stop. Yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing. Here's my thing. Over this summer, you and I are working on a presentation to deliver to our district about documentation and accommodations. Yep. So we're still working on that. We have several workshops we're attending.
Yep. They're coming up. We have to study and learn a whole new science curriculum. Yep. I guarantee you we're going to end up going to more workshops this summer than we actually signed up for, because we love our job and we feel the need to do it. I have a whole Amazon cart full of things for my classroom that I'm planning for, that I'm preparing activities in my head. We will spend part of our summer getting ready for Meet the Teacher, first few weeks of school. Like, really and truly, we get June and part of July off. So like 6 weeks. Whereas again, some people, well, we probably have about 6 weeks off if you really want to slice it that way. Yeah. And also, do you know how many appointments I've got coming up because I can't afford to take off during the school year? Yeah, we don't really get a lot of time off during the school year, which fine. All my days that I get go towards my kids if they're sick. Yeah. Pretty much. Or me if I'm sick like this year. Whew. Oh my gosh. That May bug was terrible. Whenever we had our field trip in December, that was the worst I think I've ever been in a long time. Remember when I was like, I can't go to the field trip? Oh, I literally woke up with it. Yeah. Yeah. And I just laid in bed for like 4 days. I feel so bad I missed field day. But I missed a field trip.
I never ever had a headache that bad in my life, and I don't ever call in last minute.
No,
ever. Because it's like, it's going to stress my team out. That's one thing about people with regular jobs that I'm a little bit jealous of, is whenever you decide that you're going to take a day off, you just don't show up.
Yeah, and your work waits for you.
You can't do that. You know how much time I spend planning, doing sub plans?
Yeah.
Because like when you have a complicated class, you leave notes about every single kid.
You should have seen my notes this year on sub plans.
Oh my god. Yeah. Thank God for Hannah, because she showed up and she already knew everything.
That was very nice. Teacher. Yes.
But it was like, yeah.
Being out is almost not worth it. I mean, when you're sick, you're sick. But like planning to take a day off, it doubles my workload for the week because you've got to plan to be out. Yeah. Anyway, next.
Fight me on that.
You went through the Texas education system, right? Like you were born in Texas, right?
Yeah.
So it says summer used to be 3 months, ? My grandma said that when she was raising kids, summer used to be 3 months. Is that true? Can anyone attest to this? Because I only have June and July off, and only July if teaching summer school.
So I remember back in the day, I don't know. This seems like forever ago. I almost want to say it was almost like when I started teaching
back in the day. But oh my god, are you in your 10th year? No, you're on your 9th year.
9th,
because I'm on my 8th.
I really want to say summer started way later in August, didn't it?
So even when I only started a year after you. I was gonna say even when I started. So we used to go back. I think I have all my old planners, like August 26th.
Yeah.
Right? So we used to go back the end of August. Now we go back. Teachers go back August 7th. But we also got out a week earlier this year because all my memories from last year, we got out the 27th. We got out the 22nd this year.
Yeah.
So that's a full week, a school week ahead of time.
I think they did that because they didn't want people to come back after Memorial Day.
Which is smart.
Which is fine, yeah.
I mean, I'd rather get out earlier in May and come back a little bit sooner because by May I'm ready to go.
May and August, I don't quite remember, like... When I was in school, but June, July, for sure, solid, we were out.
So California, because I went through 5th grade in California, and we went to school through the first week in June, or even sometimes the second week in June.
Really?
But we didn't go back to like September 2nd.
Oh, wow.
And you also have a fall break in California, so like you get a full week in like October. A full week in October, 3 weeks in Christmas, a full spring break.
So we have a neighboring district. That they get a full week for fall break.
I know, yeah. I think, honestly, our district is one of the only ones who doesn't take a full break. But we have Fair Day, and they usually back that up to a teacher work day, so we get like a 3-day week in October.
So basically, we do have the same amount of days off as them. It's just not a consecutive week.
So they don't go by days anymore, because that's what it also said. It said
hours.
It's by minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like... It used to be 180 days. No matter what, you had to be there 180 days. But now it's just by minutes. So, we get out at 3:30 now, and we start at 7:55 or whatever. So, minute-wise, we're making up a lot of time throughout the week so that but we still don't have a fall break. I don't know. I
don't know either because, like, I'm trying to think this neighboring district my stepson goes to, and he gets a fall break. And his elementary school, well, they do start before us. Like, their school day starts at 7:30.
That's true. So their minutes, they may be banking more minutes.
And then, they end like around 3.
Oh.
So really, it's the same. I'm just trying to figure out how some...
Now, Christmas break, we didn't go back till January 9th this year. We get like an extra week after Christmas.
Oh, I don't even know about his Christmas.
That is one place that we're making up or we're getting time off.
Which is fine, I guess.
I thought that I would not like it. I was like, I want to be out before Christmas and do all the Christmas... No. Having a week off after New Year's where we have nothing to do and we can rest is probably the best decision I've ever seen them make.
What time? When did we get out for Christmas break again?
So last year we got out like the 19th, and I think it's about the same this year, 19th or 20th.
Okay.
Which is not a lot of time before Christmas, but literally that week after New Year's, top notch.
I liked it. Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I did too.
Because we used to go back like the 2nd.
Yeah, and everybody's like, we just
still recovering. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I know it has changed because it used to be days and now it's minutes. And I mean, a lot of districts are 4-day weeks now. So I don't know how I'm just trying to think. Where Cooper goes now, They're 4-day weeks, but I feel like they get out and start about the same time as us.
They have long school days.
They don't get out until 4:30. That's right.
They have long school days. And I used to think, oh my gosh, I would totally do that.
No.
But then like we had to do all like the tutoring stuff for our little kiddos. Yeah. And then like seeing them like try to like work through the tutoring and stuff at the end of the day, and their little baby brains are out. Mm-hmm. Like,
I just think of like my kids who have sports. I'm like, you would literally be going
I didn't
right up into practice. That would be long days.
It would be. I'm not a fan of the 4 days. I'm just not.
I don't think our curriculum is structured for that. I'm just trying to think like our math.
And see, other districts do the same math curriculum, and they're like, oh, it's fine. But I don't know. I'm happy with 5 days.
I'm happy with 5 days also.
Especially now that our district put in those random work days where we can go up there and work.
The prep days are the best.
I do. I love it.
I love going up there at 5 in the morning and being gone by 9. It's like having a day off. Mm-hmm. It really is.
I don't go up there at 5, but love you.
I know you called me and you're like, okay, I'm waking up. And I'm like, I'm out.
Bye. I'll see you later.
I love it because there's no one in the school. It was me and one other. It was like an aide. We were there at 5. And I was like, morning.
I applaud you for as much as you hustle for your kids and you're always doing practice and stuff, like you can get up and go. And I am like, so
during the school year, I'm not though. At least this year I was not.
I feel like then I must be terrible because you were way better than I am. Like I'm so crotchety in the mornings.
You're all right as soon as you get your coffee.
Yeah. I love that my students know that. Like they just know that when I come in, they're like, hi, Miss Keller. I'm like, good morning. I'm real quiet. Good morning. Mm-hmm. And they're like, do you want us to put your lunch away and get your creamer? Yes.
I'm going to miss those girls. They ask for my lunch every day too. We got to train a whole
new batch.
Okay, so here's a countering opinion because like I said, summer to me, euphoric. Would you like to hear a countering opinion?
From a teacher?
No, this is not teacher related. Oh, okay. I don't know who wrote this.
Okay.
Summer is the worst season.
Okay.
You ready? This is not like a drama story. This is just a rant.
So obviously.
Not a teacher.
So obviously something terrible happened to you.
You got a big T with summer. I absolutely hate summer. It is incredibly hot and sticky outside. It also makes it hard to breathe. Depending on where you are, there's also a ton of pests. Like that they say pests, not bugs. They sound fancy.
Are they from up north?
Even winter is better. It's the holidays and lights, but also snow is gorgeous. It's nice to just bundle up when it's cold and have some hot chocolate or coffee.
So they're from the north, obviously.
I'm more inclined to leave the house in the winter than in the summer.
No.
It baffles me when people say, oh yeah, I love it when it's hot. I love it when it's in the 90s.
What is 90s in Texas is great.
I'm like, 90s is spring. What is wrong with you? With 5 question marks.
What is wrong with you?
People talk about going to the beach, and when you go to the beach, you also get sunburned. Nothing fun about that. That's the end of their rant.
Well, SPF. Where's this person from?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
You know, Reddit. I don't know. I want to comment and be like, where you be?
It's from 3 years ago, so I don't know. But
okay.
Somebody comments and says, cold weather. Why are you eating ice cream? It's cold out. Hot weather. Let's have a bunch of hot food like burgers and hot dogs. These people don't like summer.
What?
Oh.
Well, I eat like cold watermelon, and it's fun to grill out.
Cold watermelon? I'm telling you, even though summer is so hot in Texas, like it's so humid and hot, I love it.
I do too.
No, by August, I'm like, it's hot. I'm hot.
August, but we went through all summer. Like, everybody's ready for a change. Like, I love fall too.
Exactly. Oh, I love fall.
But at the end of fall, I'm
ready for winter.
Well, I'm never ready for winter, but
I'm all right with winter. I like all the seasons. Spring messes me up a little bit with the allergies, but
see, I like spring, but I don't have very bad allergies.
I like spring.
Poor Ada, though.
That's probably my least favorite of the 4.
Well, winter is my least favorite. Oh, but I do like the clothes of the winter.
I look better in winter clothes.
I do like
as a fluffy girl myself.
Well, I don't know. I guess I like more like fall. I get cold so easy. I don't like being cold. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't like being cold, and that's one thing.
I would rather be hot than cold.
Me too. Mm-hmm. Me too. Mm-hmm. But you talk to some people, and that's a big controversial topic because they're like, well, if you're cold, you can just put on more layers. But if you're hot, you can't take your skin off. Yeah, I'm like, shut up. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's real. I'm really going to struggle in my future marriage is because Logan likes it negative 30 degrees in the house.
Oh, Zach and I have this debate all the time because, I like to turn it down, and he is skin and bones. Like yourself, and he's like, guess I'll go put my jacket back on, and I'm like, bro, but I don't want to be hot in my house.
I can't.
But I keep it at like 70.
But
so I don't know.
Logan is like a furnace. Like, it can
yeah.
be so cold in the house, and he is like sweating.
Mm-hmm. That's Noah.
But I'm also like, okay, like I'll snuggle up and be okay, like, huh, I'm warm. But then also it's like, ew, you're sweaty.
Now you're sweaty. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want your not sweats. You know? And so it's like, and he's like, why do you got so many layers on when you go to bed? I'm like,
because you keep it 30 degrees.
Because I'm trying to sleep.
To be fair, if you wait for the hot dogs and burgers to cool down, it's not bad. You can't exactly wait for ice cream to warm up.
What is that one guy? Oh, what's his name? Is it dadgummit, what's his name?
Give me some more. Give me some context.
His boyfriend does those funny like house videos. Is it Elijah?
On what platform?
TikTok. And he also pretends to be that mom.
Oh, Zachariah.
And he's like, I want it to be 85 degrees. I want to eat pasta salad out of a Solo cup. You know what I mean? I'm like, I love him. He's like, I want there to be chips and sauce on the table. Yes. A fat margarita on a patio. Oh my God. That's summer.
I'm telling you, when I think of summer, I'm like,
pasta salad out of a Solo cup?
Who doesn't? Barbecues, my favorite.
I don't like ribs. You like ribs?
I do like ribs, but they're kind of awkward to eat.
They are.
And I get stuck in my teeth.
You know what? I've only eaten one rack of ribs in my life that I liked, and my mother-in-law made them.
Let Zach make you some ribs.
Really? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Because ribs is a summer food, but I've never been a rib gal. I don't like a lot of fat.
That's true. I like ribs, but I'm going to be real honest. I like when Zach just like scrapes off the meat for me and I just eat it. I like the taste of the rib meat.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I went to Houston one time and had a, what is it?
A rib?
A rib, but it was like a
prime
rib? Not a pork rib. It was a
beef rib? A short rib?
A beef, like a big beef rib. It was like
I don't cook, man. I don't know.
It was a brisket rib. Is what it felt like. It was what it tasted like. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, that thing was I'm this long. Camera people.
If you're watching on YouTube right now,
was a big old
rib.
It was like Black's barbecue or something like that. Is a big old big old bastard.
Big old.
And they give you a bunch of slices of bread with it. I'm like, why the heck they give us half a loaf of bread with this thing? Because you can make a bunch of sandwiches with it.
Ooh. Yeah. I like a barbecue sandwich. Buc-ee's brisket barbecue sandwich.
Buc-ee's brisket barbecue sandwich.
Brisket for the brisket, and they mean it. Mm-hmm. If you don't live in the Texas area, or I guess they have them all over now. I don't know. Buc-ee's barbecue brisket sandwich.
I like their breakfast burritos.
Their breakfast is fantastic too. Their breakfast brisket taco, divine. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're on a brisket.
I also really want to go to Buc-ee's and get those cute bathing suits. I want
Buc-ee's
bathing suits. I want to get Jake and Ada match these.
I think y'all should take a family shoot in like Buc-ee's.
That's like our wedding announcement.
We're the Janeys.
We never took engagement pictures.
Your sister-in-law is a photographer.
I know she is, and she will. But like, she's like, because for the beginning, she was like, "Hey, y'all let me know when you want to take them." We're like, "All right, cool." And then we scheduled.
Now you're closer to getting married.
Yeah, now we're just like, we'll hit you up later for family pictures. And then
is she doing your wedding pictures?
No,
because she wants to be involved in the wedding.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
whatever. I'll take some for you. Selfies.
Yeah, I figured everybody get us.
You should do
ready.
The disposable cameras on the table thing.
I think that'd be so cute.
I think it's so cute. And you also need to do, like, have the pair of glasses that the photographer takes everybody wearing.
I forgot to tell you. Again, shout out to the Wildflower. She was so nice. She included, actually, maybe we paid for it. I know, actually, anyway. We were like, hey, we're a firefighter. He's a firefighter.
Somebody's a firefighter.
It's, and she was super nice. And she was like, well, hey, I have this, this pop-up thing. It's like this
is it the thing that spins around?
No, it's not. It's like it's basically like a little photo shoot station, but looks like this little trailer that they decorated, and you go in and you get pictures taken, and she's going to give us all the pictures that people take in there.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
You need to do the glasses though. Have you seen that on TikTok?
No.
So like you get like a white pair of glasses and you write like the Cheneys, and then everybody takes, I'll show you after we're done recording. Everybody takes a picture with it. And so then you have just like all these pictures of people wearing them, and you can make.
So
like
you're
going to
help me make these glasses. Like, I'll cut it out with my Cricut, the Cheneys, and you just help
write
me
it in marker, write it in, like, cute marker, or the Cricut.
I don't have very good handwriting.
I could do it, but your Cricut might be better.
You're just going to help me sit in front of the
TV
and
put stickers? Get a cheap pair of white. No, it's one pair.
Oh.
One pair of glasses. And then everybody, like the photographer or whoever with your phone, with their phones, gets like, you put it on, you snap a picture. You put it on, you give it to the next person.
Yeah.
I'll show you. It's really cute.
Okay.
I'm probably not describing it well, but it's cute.
No, I see your vision. Sorry, squirrel.
It's cute. We need to sit and work on wedding stuff.
Yeah. I keep putting it off, but it's also like, I got the photographer. You don't have to I got my dress. The ladies got it covered.
I need a dress. Do I need a dress?
My mother-in-law. I would actually like for you to kind of wear like a green color.
I was gonna say, do I need a color scheme?
Yeah, because like I told my family, I was like, hey, we're not like having like brides and all that stuff, but like family and like close friends that I would ask, I'd like for you to fit the color pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually.
Let me know if people aren't coming so the boys can come.
So far, I think we're looking good.
Because they're like, do we get to come? You would be.
I don't want to look them in the eye.
It was the sweetest thing. They were like, do we get to come? And I was like, I'll keep you posted.
Thank you. Oh my,
they just, not to be like weird, but the cutest picture of them with you in your last one cross. And so I'm like, they just love you. Anyway,
I know, I love them too.
Remember, what did Jackson say the other day? And it like made me cry.
He was like,
I was trying to describe it. It was like, it's your mom's, it's your, whatever, it was that riddle. And it was like, it's your grandma's, I can't even say it right, but it's someone in your family, but it's not your
The answer's supposed to be mom.
The answer's supposed to be your aunt, I think.
Oh.
It's like I'm messing it up.
I thought it was your, anyway, who's your aunt's sister or something.
But it's not your aunt. It's something like that.
Oh, okay.
Who's your dad's, or your, oh my gosh. What is this? I don't know so stupid. Anyway, the answer is like your aunt or your mom. I don't know, something. And Jackson was like my Kacie? It was so cute. It was like family that, anyway. You get the point. You know what it was.
What really broke me down is like whenever
sorry for that
he
rant.
left. It was whenever he was going to 3rd grade, and he made that comment. He's like, I don't have any more family
to teach me,
and I was like, oh my god.
Oh. And I don't even know that he called you. He maybe have in class, but I don't even know that he ever called you Miss Kaiser. He was like, that's just
the first few weeks were rough. He's like, hey, Kacie. And I'm like, what? But I didn't help. It didn't help that I responded either. What? And everybody's like, her name's Kacie. And he goes, oh, it's Miss Kaiser. Like, he would correct himself. And
he's like, that's like my aunt.
Other people would call me Kacie, like, to be funny. And he's like, no.
She's not your Kacie. She's like, no. My Kacie. Oh, that was funny. Okay. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of drama.
Love.
You just,
Love.
Am I the asshole? And this one is funny.
Maybe.
Just listen. The titles always crack me up, and I like to get an opinion before I even get into it. Am I the asshole for not wanting to spend my summer defecating in a communal bucket in the middle of nowhere?
No, you are not an a-hole. If somebody called me an a-hole because I didn't want to do that, I'd be like, gladly.
Okay, here we go.
Ew, defecate. First of all,
that word is terrible.
I'm disgusted. Defecate
in a communal bucket. It's not even just a bucket. It's a communal bucket. You don't even get your own bucket.
No. Okay. I would bring my own bucket and be like, if you even look at my bucket.
I haven't read through this yet, so I don't even know.
If somebody even looked at my defecation bucket, I'd be pissed.
Anybody. I don't even want you to see my defecation bucket, and you've seen it all. Like I don't have a defecation bucket. What am I?
I'm just like, if I had to have one, I would have my own.
I don't even know where to start with this. God, I wish it was a joke. That's the first line. I, female 21, have recently been invited along with my mum. So they must be British.
Okay.
I love when they say mum.
Anyway. So that's probably why I said defecate. Because anybody in America would be like, my own shit bucket.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, that is even better than defecate. Anyway. I've been invited with my mum and brother to a secluded cottage getaway by my mum's brother, my uncle. My Uncle Graham has a wife who, to put it nicely, is a nut job.
Okay.
And 2 children who I adore. My uncle put this cottage possibly in the worst way possible. It's in the middle of the Welsh countryside, no main roads for 3 miles. Has 1 bedroom with 1 bed for 7 people to share and no working toilet.
This sounds like one of my scary books.
That sounds like the one I just read.
Oh, yeah.
The one by one.
One by one.
There's an outhouse in the garden with a bucket, and that's it.
Mm-mm.
He wants us to spend the entirety of August at the cottage with them.
Oh, is it hot?
It's got to be. Even in the UK, it's got to be hot in August, right?
I'm just trying to think about Texas hot and an outhouse.
The odor would just...
Cut me out. Cut me out.
When my family and I read the email, we were in hysterics, as it is the last thing we would possibly ever want to do. My mom put me in charge of responding, as I'm closer to them. She said, you deal with that. I replied basically saying that as tempting as it sounds, I would have to pass on this occasion as it sounds horrendous. How can it sound tempting and horrendous at the same time?
They literally said the word horrendous?
Yeah, horrendous. I asked if I'd be able to come down and visit at some point before university starts to begin, as I'm going into my 4th year of medicine and don't have time during the year when my family are planning on going. Mm-hmm. I later got a reply from my uncle saying that he didn't appreciate my passive-aggressive tone and that the children were getting irritated by my lack of effort to see them, which isn't the case. I see them every break I have. Mm-hmm. I replied saying it was extremely unfair to put all the blame on me, considering it's me who always has to travel. Mm-hmm. They haven't ventured up to where we live for 9 years, yet I make several trips to theirs every year. He ended up calling me and we got into an argument. When I told my mom about the situation, I was expecting her to be on my side, but she said I was extremely rude and disrespectful.
Mom, you told me to handle it. That's why I handled it.
She said she laughed at it and then told her to handle it.
You know what? I love my dad. That sounds like some crap. My dad would be like, Kacie, can you do this? All right, Dad, I got it. What the hell, Kacie? Why'd you say like that? I'm like, what are you talking about?
She called my uncle and apologized, but he refused to accept it. Am I the asshole? God, I wish this was a joke. That's my favorite line.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
If she said the word horrendous.
I don't know that I would have said horrendous because knowing that would hurt my feelings.
I would lie. We can't. We have other plans.
I would say, hey, just short and sweet. Thank you so much for the offer. I will not be able to make it.
Yep, we'll find another time.
But if they're close and they have that fun back and forth banter.
They've never come up in 9 years and he's mad.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say no. Everybody
the double standards, the overall vote was not the asshole, but
no.
The double standards of if you don't come see me, I'm mad, but I refuse to come see you is ridiculous to me.
Yeah. I have some family that they're always like, come see us. And I'm like, we've got a bunch of kids. Like, can y'all come here? Like,
just once,
like it's love you. Like, we're going to try to make it happen. But like,
that's a lot of us to load up versus
a couple of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I know this family?
So, yeah. Okay. So, part of me gets it, like, where they've got all the kids, and, like, that's that one person, like, hey, can you just come here?
2 kids.
So, the 2 kids and the 2 adults, and then you're inviting that one adult down.
1 adult, well, it said the mom, the brother, 3 adults. I mean, again, you don't have kids.
So, part of me gets it, but at the same time, it's like, also, they're studying medicine, so... it's give and take. If we're just addressing the email, maybe you don't call the defecation bucket horrendous, even though it is.
Right. It just,
even though it is.
Your wording, I would have just said, I cannot make it at that time. Mm-hmm. I have prior engagements. I would love to see you at Christmas when it's...
And then you laugh about it with your mom about the bucket later.
I'm kind of mad at the mom. Hey, you go talk to my brother and his family, but then when you handle it, I'm going to be mad about it.
Yeah.
Come on. You handle it then, Mom.
Yeah.
Mom.
Sorry, you told me to handle it and you can't be mad at how I handled it.
Exactly.
But I would like to know, are they the funny back and forth banter family? Because if they are, because my family and I, we are.
Yeah, we are.
But sometimes it's like, we still hit a nerve and people get pissed and we're like, all right, well, this is just how we are.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Within the family or with other people?
Within the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay.
I posted something today. It was like, sensitive but not soft. Like, I'll deck you while I'm crying.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're going to hurt my feelings, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to cry, but I'm still...
No, my sisters and I talked about the other day, like, we're like, I said something, I was making fun of I was talking with Kara, I think I was making fun of Kate. And I said, what's funny?
Love you, Kate.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We all know, all 3 of us sisters, it's like, because I said this to Kara, so what's funny is that, like, we'll all make fun of each other, kind of like behind each other's backs, but we all know we do it, because we all know we've got
You would say it to their face, I know you would.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Exactly, that's what Kara and I said.
Yeah.
And I said something, Kara goes, it's really funny having both of you sisters, because she's like, if I want raw emotion to help me make a decision, I'll go to Kate. She's like, but if I want the facts, if I want logic, I'm gonna go to you. And I was like, and she was laughing while she said that, and I was like, is it because I'm a little bit too harsh? And she's like, yup.
No rainbows and sunshine up your butt. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah.
You want the truth, I'll tell you.
Yeah. It's so funny. I was like, okay, so she's like, yeah. She's like, so it's like I got mom and dad over here. Like, Caitlin's gonna like hold my hand and walk me through it and be sensitive. And she's like,
this is so true though.
Yeah, because I remember one time, because like I think when one of my sisters got pregnant, and so Caitlin was like one of the sisters was walking through emotionally. I'm like, all right, so what hospital have you picked? Have you gotten any sign up for classes? How's the insurance looking at all this? And they're like, whoa.
I'm just excited right now.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry, didn't mean to rain on your parade.
Logistically, are you
Let
you
me
ready?
know when you're ready to talk logistics. By the way, congratulations.
Yeah. And Caitlin's like, that's beautiful.
I know.
How do you feel?
Caitlin's such a crunchy mom. She's so fun. She's such a crunchy mom. And then Kara is just kind of like the free spirit mom.
I think she's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I think she's very free spirited, but I think she's somewhat logistical.
Yeah. And then I'm just too much.
No.
I'm not near as a helicopter as I used to be.
No, but your daughter's older too now, so.
Yeah. Very logistic.
Not too old. No, yeah. She's still little. Don't forget.
She's still bebe. It was so sweet to watch her. This was the first time at Splash Kingdom where I just kind of let her roam and she did little farther from me. Like I still watched her the whole time.
Yeah. It was good to have Olivia there.
Mm-hmm. I owe her some ice cream. She babysat Ada the whole day, pretty much.
We're talking about kids growing up a little bit. I just realized that this is Noah's last year of youth sports. This is his last year of football. And then he'll go to middle school, and then it's last season of youth basketball.
So weird.
Because I always said that when he was done with youth, that I would get all his jerseys that you can't see, but she can see, all over the walls, plus a few, and make him into like a blanket. And I'm like, well, this is it. This is the last season before he goes to middle school.
That's so weird. I remember him being in pre-K, dude, in Amber's class.
After this year, I will have no kids at campus with me.
That's so weird.
I've never not had one.
Then we'll do my wave of kids.
Yep, and then we'll go through yours. Thank God, because.
And then when Ada's out, we'll rethink life.
And then we'll get out of the profession. I'm just kidding. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Anyway, no defecating in a bucket. Not the asshole.
No.
This one, the title is, Am I the Asshole for Asking My Cousin to Pay for the Bills While Staying in My Summer House?
No.
Okay, ready?
No.
My husband and I bought a summer house with a pool near the beach a year ago. Of course, our relatives and friends came, and we stayed there for a month. My aunts and uncles came, and other cousins, and so did my husband's relatives. Okay, that's like a dream of mine. Have you ever read the book, The Summer I Turned Pretty, or watched the show?
No, that doesn't seem like my genre. You talk about it a lot.
You should try. I've got the book that's all 3 books in one. Mm-hmm. It's a very lighthearted read. It is. Mm-hmm. Anyway, they go every summer, and they spend the whole summer at their beach house with their friends, and they become like family. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like
the dream.
I used to go with my cousins to a cabin every summer for like a few weeks. Mm-hmm. And I just talked to her recently, and she still goes every summer. And I'm like, oh, I'm a little jealous. Anyway, of course, we didn't ask them to pay anything because they stayed for a few days. Besides, they would help with the stuff like groceries. But one of my cousins asked me if he could have the whole house to his family of 4 for a month. I was okay with it since my husband and I only have a month off in summer. So the other 2 months, the house was empty. We went back home at the end of July, and the house was theirs until the end of August. I paid a lot of money for the bills because those 2 months, because since we get in the beach and pool every day, we take baths every day. Mm-hmm. The water bill is higher than I ever imagined. I paid mine, but to be honest, paying my cousin's water bill hurt me a bit because not only are they having a 100% free vacation for a month in our house, but they're also not even paying for the water and electricity they use. I didn't say anything, but this year I asked them to pay for it. So they just ate it the first year. They were like, fine.
Well, yeah, because it's like, hey, if you're going to literally live here, it's the same as like a rental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're if you cover the bills, that's like the rental fee that you would pay for. And I'm sure it's even cheaper than renting.
Well, yeah, because you're not having to pay for like, a rental house for the month. I asked them to pay for it since July was coming to an end, and they called me to confirm they're coming, and I said yes if they would pay the bills for the month. They were so offended and said it was inappropriate to ask such a thing and that he was family and that my family sometimes stayed in their house too. The comparison was different in many ways. We argued and most of my family took his side and called me a cheapskate. Am I wrong to ask him to pay the bills for the month he stays there?
No.
That's
like, that's literally renting like
a month. Like I could see like a weekend. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Because it's like,
But if you're staying there for a month, that's a whole month of water and electricity that you're using.
I'm trying to wonder how that works.
That could be like $400.
Like say I owned a rent house and it was like in Broken Bow, like like a Broken Bow, like if you own a home, like a company rents it out for you.
Right.
How does the bills and all that stuff work?
I wonder if I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because like, does the company just like?
Is it like factored in? I'm sure it's like factored in. So probably like a prorated amount.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like when you rent, it probably is. Yeah, you're right.
And they make the rent enough that covers their part of the bill.
Yeah. And so if it's your own personal house, like that's probably on your own dime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, because like, again, like someone living because even my bills, like in my apartment, like during the school year and stuff, like when I'm at home, you know, or I mean, I say about Logan's too, like my bills are nothing. Yeah. But during the summer, my bills get jacked up.
Well, and it's not like she's charging for, hey, we're going to make you pay $500 to stay for the month and then wanted to pay bills. I'd be like, well, I paid you for, you know what I mean? Like, she's saying you can stay there for free, but whatever water and stuff you use, I'm not just going to pay that for you.
Honestly, and like,
not my vacation.
We're a family. Like, if I went to you and say, hey, Alyssa, like, I would, if you're not going to use your vacation house for July, like,
I'd be like, go for it.
I'd be like, hey, man, like, I'll pay you whatever, you just let me know, and I'll clean up and stuff after myself.
Yeah. It would just be like common sense. I don't think inappropriate at all.
I wouldn't expect you to be like, hey, let me stay at your house, and also, like, all the stuff I'm going to use, I'm not.
Right, like, I love you, but I don't really want to, I'm not getting anything out of that electricity and the water. Like, that's not cheap.
You're just kind of paying.
We live in Biden's America here. Like, come on.
No, I can't believe the family sided with him.
No. I mean, I would say, this person said, the top comment said, if this was an emergency, I can maybe understand, but it isn't. They are just on free holiday under your expenses. They're the cheapskates, not you.
I 100% agree with that.
So,
wow.
That's pretty much all the comments agreed. Like, I can't believe your family's even siding with them.
I'm confused too.
Weird. Good thing I don't have a summer house that anyone's using.
Don't come at me for my summer house, guys.
Let's see. Ooh, I like this one. Because teaching, okay? Am I the asshole for telling my neighbor I'm not her babysitter over the summer? Ready? I, 38 female, have a neighbor. We'll call her Sarah, also 38. I'm married with 2 boys, 8 and 11, and she has 2 boys, 8 and 12. 2 girls, 2 boys. Okay. Sarah is married, but her husband travels a lot for work, and she works from home. I'm a teacher, so I have school breaks and summers, quotes, off.
To do the things I need to take care of myself.
Right. Anyway, we already talked about that. Over winter break, Sarah's kids kept coming over to see if my kids could play. In quotes, play means they've been sent over because they're annoying mom and she's trying to work. Backstory, the kids were friends when they were younger, but as they got older, they don't have as much in common, and they've drifted apart. They go to a different school, so they don't have classmates in common. And when they do play, Sarah's kids fight a lot, with each other and with my kids. One day, over winter break, the younger one came to the door to see if my kids could play, and I told them that they didn't want to play right now. Sarah sent me a text saying that she was on a work call and she could really use some time with the boys out of the house. I caved and told my girls to just try and find something they could do together. 10 minutes later, my oldest came upstairs crying, saying that one of the boys made a nasty comment about how boring our house was, and it was dumb that I wouldn't let him play Xbox. The Xbox is
home.
The Xbox is my husband's, and it's in our family room where I was doing laundry and watching a show. I told the boys if they were bored, they were more than welcome to leave. Now it's almost spring break, and Sarah just asked if I could watch the boys 2 days because she has 2 busy work days, and I'm off work. I told her no because we would be on vacation in Florida visiting family. She said okay, and jokingly, there's so many quotes here, jokingly said, I guess I'll just hit you up in the summer. I replied and said that I will not be babysitting her kids over the summer. True emergencies, sure, but just because I'm not at school during the summer does not mean that I'm your free childcare. Yes, I don't physically go to work over the summer, but I do take online classes for my master's, and I teach online summer school, meaning I'm also working from home. She blew me up and told me I should help her out because she's alone a lot now. And
I don't have to do anything.
And that the kids, like, people are so entitled. I cannot believe.
I cannot.
I told her that I didn't care if the kids played outside together during the summer, but I'm not going to be a caretaker or responsible for her kids unless she was going to compensate me. Tried explaining to her that the kids do not get along the way that they used to. My kids don't fight with each other the way her kids fight with each other, and my kids don't really want them to be at our house all the time. Now she's pissed and not speaking, and her oldest told my oldest that I'm not a good person because I won't help my neighbor.
No.
The audacity.
I don't understand how she said, I can't believe you won't help me. It doesn't sound like they're good friends.
Even if we were next door neighbors, if you were just like, hey, you've got Ada for the summer, I'd be like, well, I mean, I love her, sure, but like,
I wouldn't expect it.
It's just so weird for them to be like, I'll hit you up for this summer, you're off, so obviously you're going to watch my kids.
What? I just wouldn't expect, and I'm off for the summer, and
off for the summer.
Off for the summer, and my sister works, and she's like, I gotta find some childcare for Nyla. I want her to, to be, with other kids. Yeah, and I said, well, I'll keep her some for sure, and her response has always been like, hey, I know you work really hard during the school year. I wouldn't ask that of you, but if you want to,
sometimes
let me know. And I'm like, well, of course, because that's my niece.
Yeah,
and Aiden and I like get along really well.
That's even totally different.
Yeah, but even like my own family knows that I'm not just. They can't just drop.
She
their
doesn't
kids
just go,
off.
"Hey, it's summertime. You got Nyla?"
No.
What in the?
So that's why I'm saying this random neighbor that they don't even sound like they're good friends,
and their kids don't really get along. Like,
yeah,
I'm not just and like feeding them while they're there. Like, I'm not babysitting your kids. Listen, I love my kids, but when other people's kids are over, even if I love them, it's like a whole different, like, I can't just relax. I have to be, so, you know what I mean?
I kind of feel like I have to entertain.
Yes, and I have to be, I can't, like, with my kids are here, I can lay in bed and watch a show, check on, they're old enough. But if someone else's kids are here, I have to be out, and I have to,
you want to check on them, because God forbid they're playing around.
Can't relax.
Happen. You know, it is tiring.
Yeah. I can't believe the oldest said, "Your mom's a bad person because she won't help a neighbor." Obviously, they heard that. I'm
trying to figure out, like, where's the dad in this? Is the dad not present? Like, he can't help out? Like,
of the neighbor that's asking, she said that the neighbor's husband...
Is he out?
Yeah, I want to read exactly what it says. Hold on.
Did I miss that part?
Her husband travels a lot for work, and she works from home.
Okay, well,
she said you should be helping. I'm alone with the kids a lot. I just need some help.
I remember,
so hire a nanny.
I remember when I was in high school, I used to go over to a lady's house. She worked at home, and when she had big business calls, she would go in her room where she had like a little office, and I kept the kids outside of the room. I kept them quiet, like we, just to hold down the fort. And it was just like after that conference call, like it was like a few hours, she'd be like, all right, like they can, they can be loud. I can do what I need to do, and I don't have to be on the phone. And I'm like, okay, like it was always very brief, like, and it wasn't very expensive because I'm just a little high school kid. It was only like for maybe 2 or 3 hours.
My grandma was a nanny like full time while I was growing up, and she worked for a lot of people who worked from home. They would go in their office. She would keep the kids all day, entertain, busy, feed them, clean and stuff. Like they hired somebody to help because they worked from home.
Because that's necessary. I don't knock anybody that works from home, because like when we had to teach from home with COVID,
you've got to be able to focus. I get it.
It was so hard because Ada was an infant.
Yeah.
And trying to manage an infant and then manage an online classroom.
Yep.
I cried a lot.
Yeah.
I cried a lot because it was like, this is hard.
I was trying to do pre-K and first grade and teach second grade, and it's a lot.
It's not for the weak. You gotta have help.
So go hire, or like find some, your kids are older, find some camps they can go to so you can get some stuff done. Find things for them. Your neighbor is not your automatic. It's the assumption that really just drives me wild. So you want to hear the top comment?
Yeah.
Not the asshole. She says, nah, just tell your daughter to tell him he has a bad mom who can't even watch them when she's home. See how she likes that. Or that he's such a bad kid that good neighbors won't watch them for free in the summer. Also, what does her opinion mean for you? It should mean nothing. This is a one-way relationship where she takes and takes. What do you get in return? The good neighbor award? No.
As many friends as we have in our friend group where people are enjoying their summer that we could take our kids to, it's never assumed.
No.
And I feel like I've got so many friends and family members that I could call an instant and be like, can you watch Ada?
100%.
That would. But I would never just be like, hey, I need, keep Ada. I think if I said, hey, I need you to keep Ada, like, y'all would almost be like, okay, like, this must be serious if she's saying, like, I need you to keep her.
If it would be like you showing up and be like, I know you're off today, here's Ada. And if I was like, hey, I'm busy, and being like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
so...
It's unthinkable. Like, it's just...
It feels icky.
It's icky. It's cringe.
That's so icky.
So cringe. That's what Noah would say to me.
Is that a new kid word? Cringe?
Cringe. Or I get cap all the time. I'll say something and they're like, that's cap, Mom. That's cap.
Is the cap good?
No, cap means lying. No cap means no lie. So if they say you're capping or you're
capping
lying,
is you're lying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah. We need Kaylee back over to tell us all this. I
guess so. I don't.
She, yeah.
What's that? Drip. I wonder what drip was today.
Oh, yeah.
That's the jewelry.
It's like the cool, yeah.
Yeah. I know what a drip is.
A drip.
I do.
You be dripping.
Yeah.
Look at your finger.
I got some drip.
Okay, this one comes from Petty Revenge, which is maybe my favorite thread in all of Reddit. And it's called Enjoy the Hot, Hot Summer Day.
I will.
Thank you.
I absolutely will.
This past year, my family joined a local private pool club. Nothing super fancy, just a membership-based nonprofit.
Sounds fancy, though. The pool club. want to be a part of it. The pool club's going to meet up at Splash Kingdom. That's our pool club.
When your apartment pool opens, we're going to call it the pool club.
The pool club.
Hey, we go to the pool club today.
You got to have a code. I mean.
That's very true. One of the things we loved was it had a specific kid pool for ages 5 and under. So it's like a separate pool for kids, little kids.
I love that, actually.
Me too.
Continue.
I met my wife Saturday afternoon after I did some yard work, and the weather was brutal. This was the end of July, pushing 100 degrees with matching humidity. Pushing 100.
Sorry.
Not Texas, I'm just kidding. We're in the kiddie pool area supervising our kids, as is the rules, with my wife and I taking turns to jump in the bigger pool. So like one adult would stay, one would go. One of the times when I was watching the kids, an older kid was sneaking up on smaller kids with a super soaker style. Oh, that starts super soaker style water gun and blasting them. The first time it happened to my oldest, 3 years old.
No.
I'd said, tell him to stop and you don't want to play with him. She did that and I was proud.
Good.
Not 2 minutes later, he did it again. I yelled at him, do not spray her or any other kid unless they are playing with you. He sprayed another kid that went crying to his mother, not in the kiddie pool area despite the rules. And I immediately went into the 3 feet of water and took the kid's gun and said I would only give it back to a parent. He burst into tears and ran off. He came back with his mother and the pool manager and pointed at me, saying I took his toy. The mother started laying into me. By now, my wife is back and we're drawing attention. And when she stopped, I was silent. And she asked, are you going to say something or just look stupid?
Who said that?
The mom of the bully.
Okay.
I was just waiting for you to finish. If I found it's best to let children just rant and tire themselves out.
Yes.
I then explained what had happened. Another parent that had been in the pool backed me up.
Very good.
The pool manager then asked the mother why she wasn't supervising her son in the kiddie area, since all children 5 and under needed to be supervised. Because he's 7, you idiot.
She's not an idiot?
Yeah, the manager who came to help her. Yeah. He's not allowed in the pool, and you know that. This is the 3rd time you've ignored the pool rules this week. You will have to leave for the day. Then she went into
suspended.
Then she went into another rant about how it was the hottest day of the year.
I don't care.
She pays the manager's salary, and they don't have AC at home, etc. When her husband showed up with their older son, he looked so embarrassed, and I handed him the gun. The manager gave my kids free ice cream. It was a hot day, but I cooled off with the satisfaction of petty revenge.
I love everything about this story. I love it.
I love the way he handled that completely.
I do too. I think everything about it is perfect.
That mom. The apple doesn't fall far.
It just makes me mad how, I don't know. It's like, his class disappeared. I mean, really and truly.
I'm telling you, the audacity is at an all-time high.
So I was at the pool, we were at Logan's pool the other day, and these little boys, they're being a little rowdy. Nothing too major, just rowdy little boys. Okay?
I get that.
And there was like a pile of pool toys on the side, and nobody knew who they were. So these 2 little boys took some water guns from it.
Yeah.
You know, they maybe thought somebody left them or whatever, but they took them. Then come to find out there was some other kids on the other end. They're like, oh, those are our guns. And the little boys were like, but you can play with them. And so they're like, okay, thank you. Well,
So
they were playing with the guns, and one of the little boys broke one of them.
Mortified as a parent. I'm like,
I know. And so the parent was like, okay, here's what you need to do. You need to walk down there. You need to apologize. Tell them what you did.
The boys' parents.
Yeah, the boys, the one that broke the gun.
Good.
So go down there, apologize, and then ask them how much the gun is, and come back and tell me. And you could tell that little boy was shaking in his boots, like so freaking scared. Yeah. And so he went down there, and of course the other parents were like, hey buddy, don't worry, those are old guns. And so then the other mom proceeded to be like, hey, I can Venmo you. And they're like, seriously, this is a dollar store gun. But it was like, just watching it, it was like, yay parents.
Yes.
Yay parents.
Yes, on both sides handled well.
Now, one time at Splash Kingdom, however, this is when Ada was little.
Yeah.
Like early, probably first year we ever, I don't even think we had to buy her a pass. She was like 2 or 3, at that age, they're listening to everything. And so this bigger kid, like 10, 11, 12, bigger kid was running through the kiddie area, splashing with this other larger child. Okay, these are older kids. I've got my 2-year-old daughter here. They were splashing, and they were using profanity, like bad profanity in the tiny kids' pool. First of all, I don't want to hear any kid use profanity. No. I understand. I'm not perfect. I think that's a minute ago. Okay, but still, I'm an adult.
But we're also not in the kids' area pool.
I'm not. Yeah. Your 2-year-old's not listening to my podcast. Okay?
Hopefully not. Turn it off.
And Ada repeated one of the words. I was mortified. I was angry. So I chased that kid down.
Yes, you did.
And I said, excuse me.
Oh, the teacher.
I said, excuse me. I want you to know that every kid around here is listening to what you're saying because you're a big kid and they think big kids are cool. My daughter just repeated a word you said. I'd like to speak to your mother.
And then when your country accent comes out, your mother.
And then they ran away. Like I never saw them again. Like they got freaked out and they ran away because they knew I was about to tell their mom.
Yeah. I would have watched. I would have followed them. You're better than me because I would have been
I had a 2-year-old over here playing, and I'm trying to like watch her and shoot.
And she's like,
you know,
or whatever they say.
she was like, because I think she said, she's like, oh shit, like, and I was like, that's the first time
little girl's
I know. I was like, that's the first time she ever saw, and I didn't even do it. Like, not that I want to do it, you know, but
if it's gonna happen, you want it to at least,
you know, like I had no control over that, so I did. I chewed that little boy out, and I'm sure, I'm surprised that mom didn't come find me.
Probably not paying attention though. Because
I mean, because I did.
Usually apples
they
don't
were
fall
like they got real freaked out after I was done and they ran off. I never saw them again.
Yeah, because my kids still play in the little kid area because they're playing with my kid. Well, yeah, but they like to go down the slides. But they know, like now they have little siblings and little siblings that are not siblings. But if they ever like knocked a kid over or something and they did not stop and apologize, like I would be mortified as a parent. Parenting has changed.
It is because I just could not believe that they were just
the excuses that parents make too drive me nuts.
Yeah,
your kid is not being nice. Oh, they're just a beautiful mess. It's my least favorite line.
No,
ma'am, they're rude.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit too hard on Ada because of some of the behaviors I see that I just don't want Ada to ever have.
I never ever worry about Noah. Jackson is very blunt. He's very, very blunt. And while I don't think he's ever mean, I worry about him hurting people's feelings because he's just so no filter.
He's got such a dry humor.
Humor and just literally like he's like, what's wrong with that? That's literally what. And I'm like, no, Jackson, that's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's pretty good at apologizing.
Ada's already, and I worry she got it from me because I'm sarcastic. I am.
Yes. Not yes to you, but yes, Jackson's the same way.
But sometimes I'm like her comments will sound a little sarcastic, and I'm like, I don't think that's appropriate for you to be joking that way.
We have had to have a conversation with Jackson many, many times because it is partly us. Like we are very, sarcastic, and I don't baby talk. Like it's just very, and we have to be like, it's okay for you to joke with your peers, but bro, you can't say that back to us. That was rude. And he's like, but that's what we. I'm like, no, there's a line. You got to know when it's disrespectful and not sarcastic, funny. Suck important children.
I'm telling you, God knew that I'd have that one, so he just gave me.
Yeah. I love her. She's so sassy.
She is. And it's funny and it's cute, but sometimes I'm like, too much.
That's the same thing with Jackson. You just got to know the line. That's all.
And she's like, okay. And what's funny, though, is like, you worry about your kids in school. You want them to be, you want them to know, like, hey, I've taught you respect and kindness and all that stuff. And she's always gotten great reports. She wins all the cute awards for having a good attitude and behavior and helper. So I'm like, okay,
you're doing it right.
We're all right for right now.
She's the best of both.
Yeah. So let's just keep it that way.
Let's just keep it that way. Okay, I'm going to end with this one. I've got one more funny one. I actually have a lot of summer stories, but we could be doing this all day. So this one is another petty revenge, and it's dealing with a noisy is hard for me to say.
Noisy?
Yes. The O-I. I don't know what it is. The noisy? Because I just want to say nosy. I don't know. Anyway.
Noisy.
Dealing with a noisy neighbor on a hot summer's night. Okay. Set the stage. It was mid-June and 2 a.m. All my bedroom windows were open due to the hot, sultry night, and I was wide awake trying to get to sleep.
Where are you from? Who are these people leaving these windows open?
I have no idea. I would never leave my windows open in the summer. I heard my next-door neighbor's back door open, and the sound of loud music started. He sat on his back doorstep, singing along to it, obviously drunk. And his dog...
Leave the guy alone!
And his dog, a large pit bull type of dog, was growling and play fighting with him as he laughed and sang noisily. I withstood this annoying racket for about 10 minutes, and then I snapped.
Close your window, dude.
It's 2 a.m. though.
I get it, but if he's just a little old guy by himself, just singing, playing with his dog... That's what I picture. Some little old man.
I don't know. I guess it depends because sometimes my neighbors over here are loud at night, and they're like, look, you can tell Noah's window is right here by like where their porch is, and I'm like, bro, like even if it's summer, don't wake up my kids.
Yeah,
but it doesn't say they have kids.
I have a neighbor. I live in an apartment. Sometimes my neighbors be bumping.
Your upstairs neighbors, are they still the same?
Yeah,
they're loud.
No, they're new ones, but they're still loud. I just think that the floor.
The ones before, they were just always moving
furniture,
moving stuff around. Anyway. Okay, I snapped. I walked down the stairs not really knowing what I was going to do, mainly because this guy was the local villain who never worked a job, always had money, never worked a job but always had money, and was known to consort with various unwholesome characters in the area. The storytelling is fantastic.
Now the image of this man in my mind has changed. He's not the cute little old man just drunk playing with his dog.
No, I don't even think he's old. I think he's just...
an unsavory character?
Yeah. Hanging out with various unwholesome characters. I love his storytelling. I got to his front door and his light came on because of the sensor, and I was about to knock when I noticed the electric meter cover was slightly ajar.
Huh?
Like the fuse box.
Yeah.
Okay. I opened it and grabbed the main 80 amp fuse on the incoming main, whatever that means, and yanked it out. So the main fuse.
You turned the gas power off?
The light went out and the music instantly stopped, and I tossed the fuse into the nearby communal bushes, which were mostly brambles. I went in, up the stairs, and got into bed and listened as the guy next door was bumbling around in the dark wondering what had happened. He called out the electric board and tried to discover why his electricity was gone, and they had to supply him a new fuse. By the time they attended and fitted the fuse, his freezer had melted and his food ruined. He had no cooking facilities and couldn't run his cooling fan. He knew I did it, but he couldn't prove it, and we never had issues with him ever again.
Well...
And you want to know the top comment, though, real quick, because it's funny? You definitely defused that situation. I love a good pun.
Well, it kind of is like one of those what goes around comes around thing. If you made trouble for all of your neighbors, if you were the guy that went and did that, everybody in your complex or everybody around is just kind of like a silent, slow clap for you.
100%.
If it was some person 100%. That was just, it's that nice old man,
Yes.
If
he wasn't bugging anyone.
He's just having a time. He's just tearing it up at 2 a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
No. But they called him a villain, so apparently nobody liked him.
If it was a one-off, if it was not an unwholesome, it says the villain. I don't know. It doesn't give any more context, but
he must be doing some naughty stuff if they're literally going to go as far as to call him a villain.
And then in the end, he said, we never had any issues with him again. He must mean his neighbors.
Yeah.
He didn't say he lived with anyone.
Well, that's why you treat people right, because then they treat you right.
Exactly. And again, 2 a.m., you want to sing, go inside your house, not on the porch.
Yeah, I don't sing outside at 2 a.m.
Sometimes I like to hang out at 2 a.m. I'm a night person. Yeah. I'm not going to do it outside. I'm not going to disrupt my neighbors. My sweet little cat lady to the right would just be upset. You know what I mean?
That's very considerate of you. Yeah. I know what you're saying. I see your eyes.
What am I trying to say?
I see what you're saying.
Not common sense. It's the decency. It's just
the
common
decency. Yep.
Just be nice.
So here's what you're going to do for the summer, guys. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Be a good neighbor.
Be a good neighbor, like State Farm.
Don't assume people are going to babysit your kids.
Don't. Make sure that your kids are nice to your big kids are nice to the little kids at the pool.
Do not defecate in a bucket.
Do not. Read the books we told you to read.
There's lots of them.
And
work on your childhood trauma.
Listen to the summer jams.
Oh, on that note, there's one more thing. Sorry.
What are we ending on here?
This one says, what are movies that feel like summer to you? I was just wondering your opinion on this. Do you have any movies? You know how I have a show that feels like fall to me? Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Do you have any movies or anything that just feels like summer? And this was a thread, so...
no, I can't...
Somebody said The Sandlot. That one kind of feels like summer to me.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of these. Mid-90s. I don't know what that is.
See, I don't sit and watch a lot of movies during the summer. I'm outside.
I read and I'm outside.
I'm a fall and winter movie watcher.
Yeah. I really don't watch a lot of TV.
I really don't.
In the summer.
No, I really don't.
I really want to start Bridgerton, like you told me.
Oh, God, you gotta watch Bridgerton.
But it's almost like...
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm interested in reading the Bridgerton books now.
Oh, yeah, because Davis told you about them.
Yeah.
That picture cracks me up because y'all were way into it. Yeah, I mean, Sandlot. I guess that would be my feels like summer movie.
It's funny you say that because the other day, all the cousins were walking down the street, and like some of them were on their bikes, and they were carrying like
the cousins, like your kids.
Yeah. And I looked back, and I was like, that looks like a picture from the Sandlot.
You should have snapped it.
I think Kara did. It was cute. Jake is Benny the Jet Rodriguez because he's all tan. He looks like.
I love it. I love it. I love that movie.
We said that Braxton would definitely be that one boy that comes in that's like real sensitive and doesn't know how to play.
Smalls.
Yeah, he'd be Smalls.
Braxton is Smalls. Sweet Smalls.
I don't know
who's Ada gonna be.
I don't know. Sometimes I want to say she squints because she's real goofy and her eyes are real sensitive and she's always squinting like that.
I love squints.
Today at the pool, everybody's like, are her eyes okay? Did she get something in her eyes? Her eyes are just really sensitive. Like
she does not like them to be wet.
She doesn't like them to be wet.
Yeah.
She constantly dries her eyes off, and she has to wear sunglasses a lot. So she squints. She's got the sunglasses.
I love it. All right, guys. I could talk all day about summer.
I know. It's beautiful. We'll have to do a part 2.
Part 2 by the end of the summer when we're like, we're ready for winter. Not really.
We lied. It's hot.
We're tired of the heat.
We got sweat running down our backs.
August edition, like going back to school.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that yet.
We're not going to talk about that yet. We're only in week 1 of summer. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Kacie, for coming back. Love you guys. Bye.